I think there's serious concerns, and there's serious concerns here at the club because, you mentioned Roman Abramovich before. First of all, a lot of that chopping and changing, those numbers look a little gaudier than they really are because you had a bunch of interim coaches in there and whatever. But there was a lot of stability at the club under David Barnard before, and obviously later Marina Granovskaya and whatever. Here, everybody's gone. Peter Cech, gone. McLaughlin, gone. Marina Granovskaya, gone. Bruce Buck, gone. And over the summer, what we saw was, Bowley joking that he's the interim director of football, and it was him and Tuchel, making this club run and doing all the transfers. And that is not a good situation to be in. I think there's deep planning to do. And what's unusual is that if you're going to get a new owner and make a change, normally there's a lot of longer term planning and so on. And if you go and you make all this investment straight away, presumably at the behest of this manager, and then you change him, it doesn't really add up.
As you said, just so much money spent on a lot of new transfers and some big names. Right now on ESPN FC socials, we're replaying the clip of Aubameyang saying he couldn't wait, to reunite with Thomas Tuchel. That's going to be probably scratching a few heads now if he hasn't already. Raheem Sterling, Cucurella as well. Some big, good signings as well at Chelsea. And now we always hear or we see situations where other managers come in and they flat out bench players or don't use them, and we criticize them, and then they come back and remind us, hey, none of these were my players. Like I said, some big names. So how many of these players would be worried right now waking up and reading this news and wondering where their future lies?
I genuinely don't know. I mean, certainly, in the case of some of these players, they're not going to care because they'll still get paid. Other players, I would hope, have the self-belief in themselves and say, look, I'm good enough. I'm a footballer. I'm a good footballer. No matter who comes in, I'm going to impress. Remember, there's no transfers until January. So the people who are there, they make a change. We think that they may appoint a caretaker for the weekend, and then appoint a permanent manager after that. There's also an international break in late September. They may stretch it out until then, hopefully to get the guy they want. You're going to have a couple months to impress, or actually with the World Cup coming early, you're going to have 6 weeks to impress. But I think that's how they have to go and approach it. But I think beyond that, what they need is they need to get a director of football. And obviously we know in the summer they were linked to Michael Edwards, who was left Liverpool. But you cannot expect, right now, without a head of recruitment, without a director of football, without somebody in Marina's role, which is a very important role at the club, frankly, I don't see how you can run the sporting side of things effectively.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.